You ate something today, probably multiple times. But what you ate today would be completely unrecognizable to your ancestors. Not just different, chemically foreign. Your gut has not changed in 40,000 years. But your food has changed beyond recognition in the last 100. And right now, inside your body, a war is happening. A war between what your gut evolved to process and what you are actually feeding it. The casualties are real, and they're already inside you. Your gut is not just a tube that digests food.
It is an ecosystem.
Inside your digestive system live approximately 100 trillion microorganisms. Bacteria, fungi, viruses, and archaea. More individual organisms than there are stars in the Milky Way. This ecosystem, your gut microbiome, has been developing for 3.5 billion years. It evolved alongside every living thing on this planet. It evolved specifically to process food that existed in nature. And then, approximately 100 years ago, humans started manufacturing food. Not growing food. Not hunting food. Manufacturing it. And the gut microbiome, 3.5 billion years old, had no evolutionary preparation for what was coming. Your ancestors ate approximately 150 grams of fiber per day. You eat approximately 15. That is not a typo. 10 times less fiber than your gut was designed to receive. Fiber is not just roughage. Fiber is food for your gut bacteria. When bacteria eat fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids. These feed your gut wall, reduce inflammation, and communicate with your brain. Without fiber, your gut bacteria begin consuming your gut lining instead. This is called leaky gut. And it is happening right now in millions of people who have absolutely no idea. Your ancestors ate fermented food not because they were health conscious, but because fermentation was how food survived without refrigeration. Every traditional culture on Earth fermented something: kimchi, kefir, sauerkraut, injera, each packed with living organisms. These delivered live bacteria directly into the gut, strengthening the microbiome every time. Today, most people eat almost no fermented food, and what they eat instead contains preservatives designed to kill bacteria, including the ones inside your gut. Your ancestors ate 200 or more different plant species every single year. Not 200 servings, 200 genuinely different species: roots, bark, mushrooms, insects, algae. This extraordinary variety fed an extraordinarily diverse gut microbiome, and diversity is directly linked to health. Modern humans eat approximately 20 different plant species per year, and most are corn, wheat, and soy. The collapse in gut microbiome diversity mirrors exactly the collapse in our food supply. Ultra-processed food was invented 100 years ago. Before that, processing meant natural methods the gut microbiome could handle. Ultra-processing introduces chemical additives that have never existed anywhere in the natural world, not once in 3.5 billion years. Emulsifiers directly disrupt the mucus layer protecting your gut wall. Without it, bacteria begin interacting directly with your gut wall, triggering inflammation that never turns off. And chronic inflammation is the biological foundation of almost every major modern disease. Artificial sweeteners were supposed to be the safe alternative to sugar. 0 calories means the gut microbiome cannot process them either. They are equally foreign to your bacteria. Studies show artificial sweeteners significantly alter gut bacteria composition within just 2 weeks of regular consumption. You were trying to eat healthier, and you were damaging your gut at the same time. Seed oils, canola, sunflower, soybean, corn did not exist before 1900 and require industrial chemical extraction. This imbalance promotes systemic inflammation throughout the entire body. Your gut contains 500 million neurons and communicates directly with your brain via the vagus nerve. The gut and brain are in constant two-way conversation every second of every day. 90% of the body's serotonin, the molecule of mood and well-being, is produced in your gut, not your brain. When your gut microbiome is disrupted, serotonin production is disrupted, and your mood follows. Depression, anxiety, and brain fog all have documented connections to gut microbiome health. The Hadza people of Tanzania eat the diet closest to what all humans ate for most of human history. Their gut microbiome contains bacterial species that have completely disappeared from the Western gut. Completely gone. Species that existed in every human gut for millions of years, wiped out by modern diet and antibiotics. The agricultural revolution 10,000 years ago was the first major disruption. Humans went from 200 plant species to primarily 3. The Industrial Revolution brought refined flour, refined sugar, and canned food. The microbiome narrowed further. The ultra-processed food revolution, chemical additives entering the food supply for the first time in the history of life on Earth. And the diseases associated with gut disruption began rising in lockstep, decade by decade. Rising in perfect parallel with ultra-processed food consumption, a correlation too consistent and too global to ignore. You cannot undo 10,000 years of agricultural change, but you can begin reintroducing what your gut was designed to receive. 30 different plant foods per week is a research-backed target, not 30 servings of the same plant, but 30 genuinely different species. Each different plant feeds different bacterial populations, each one adding to the diversity your health depends on. Fermented foods reintroduce living bacteria into an ecosystem that has lost members it cannot rebuild on its own. Reducing ultra-processed food reduces the ongoing chemical assault on your gut lining, and this does not require perfection, only direction. Every meal where you choose real food sends a signal to your gut microbiome that conditions have improved, and the gut responds within days. Inside you right now lives an ecosystem 3.5 billion years old, and it is waiting for you to feed it like it deserves. Feed it like it deserves.